we've seen the men's competition, now it's the turn of the women. And to help me look ahead to that, I'm joined by a young woman who's represented Britain at 3 World Championships, and she's also been our British national champion twice, Hayley Price. Hello, Hayley. You've just come back from America.
Yes, that's right. I had a fantastic time in America. The standard was excellent. Christy Phillips, a young American 14-year-old, won. And we saw lots of sights of America. I didn't have the best of competitions, but at the same time, it was a lovely competition to retire on. And I'm looking forward to watching the competition today.
Now, something rather special happened to you when you were out there.
Oh, yes, whilst in America, something that I will remember, because I was approached by Yuri Titov, head of the federation. He came over to me and congratulated me on my years of gymnastics, which from a Russian and from somebody in world standing, I was really delighted with, yeah.
Obviously a big moment for you.
Oh, it was great, yeah.
How does it feel to be back here where you perform so often and yet not to be performing?
Well, it's very different. I'm going to enjoy watching the competition, but when I walked through the doors, the old knees went a bit, and I felt as though I was going to compete myself. So I shall enjoy sitting back watching, and hopefully we'll see the British girls do well today.
Yes, we've mentioned already that Sally Lana is representing Britain today. Now, you're a mate of Sally's. You used to train with her. I guess she must be missing you at those training sessions.
I trained with Sally. I've trained with her for 5 years, and of course we're great pals. We get on fantastic, and I think she could do very well today. She's a very consistent performer usually. She's appeared here, several times. First time was when she won Thames Television Junior Gymnast in 1980, I think it was. So she's a regular at Wembley, and I hope all goes well for her.
Yes. And what will she be doing now, just minutes before she's actually on the podium?
I should think now she's going through her routines in her head and trying to keep cool.
And what about her rivals? Who do you think she's got to worry about?
Well, USSR are always big rivals. Tatiana Gudenko, she's looking good in training. Also Camila Voinea from Romania. They're the two to look out for, I should think.
Well, thanks, Hayley. So it's fingers crossed as John and Monica take us through that women's event.
Joyce Wilborn for her second vault. She scored 9.05 for her first vault after putting her hands down on the landing. She can repeat that vault or show an alternative. Same vault, but much better performance there. And that score will count. Diana Dudova's second vault coming up, only scoring 9.4 on her verst. A better performance, Sukahara straight, but the score won't be a great deal higher because it is lacking in difficulty. Sally Lana's second vault, she scored 9.6 for a Sukahara tucked with a half twist. And that pretty much the same, a good steady vault, very good start, and quite a nice high flight off. Camelia Voinia's second vault, she'll be disappointed with the score on her first, only 9.4. And that was for a full twisting Yurchenko with a maximum score of 10. Still not lifting high, but a better vault than the first.
Another really unknown quantity from the Soviet Union, Tatiana Gudenko from Krasnoyarsk in Siberia, 14 years old. Oh, and a beautiful straight position she held there. Diana Dudova from Bulgaria. Jaeger somersault, straight from the high bar to the bottom bar. Giant circle, up to a dismount, double pike somersault to finish with, just about piked. It's what we call pucked, halfway between a pike and a tuck.
Hungary's Christina Koteles to the asymmetric bars, a lovely front somersault mount to catch the high bar. 19. Very experienced gymnast on the world circuit. 2 giant circles. Oh, and into a common etch with a half twist.
Joyce Wilborn to asymmetric bars.
A very strong gymnast. Looking very positive. She never looks like failing. An excellent routine, finishing with a back away, 2 somersaults in the pike position. Camelia Voynia, equal 4th after vault, but really spectacular on this piece of apparatus. Nice Jaeger to immediately catch the bottom bar. Complicated hand change there. She's been training very hard. I think she's really aiming to take this championship. Beautiful form on those giants into the double back dismount. A good routine, but I saw a little error in the middle that she disguised extremely well. Another tiny Russian, Tatiana Godienko, joint leader after vault, with an extremely good asymmetric bar worker, known by her friends as Tanya. Oh, and a lovely catch-off. Straight over the bar, into common etch. Some good work here. All the movements named after the originators of the moves. Excellent form.
Double back finish. She didn't even have to pike at all to get through the giant circles. Exactly the same height as the Russian boy, Kolovanov, 4 feet 5.5.
Well, we're halfway through the women's competition now, and after the vault and the asymmetric bars, here are the scores. Tatiana Godienko of the USSR is in the lead with 19.35. Close behind her on 19 is Kristina Koteles of Hungary, and our Salilana at the moment is in 6th place.
Here's Camelia Voynia. In equal 3rd place. So still at this stage, anything can happen. Nice front somersault, only 0.45 separating Camelia from Tatiana Godienko, the leader at this stage. In the last few years, the women are starting to work beam at a much faster pace so they can get more into the 1.5 minutes that they're allowed.
Double tuck back somersault to finish. She'll have helped herself there.
Tatiana Godienko, the leader in the competition at this stage. A very cool little girl. Half twist to front lever. An interesting mount.
And she really has opened a gap on the more experienced girl. She's 0.35 ahead coming into this piece of apparatus. The beam, of course, the great leveler. So many competitions have gone bad on this piece of apparatus, but she's performing beautifully at the moment.
Yes, she looks about 6 feet tall with those long stretched legs and long arms, but she's only 4 feet 5, and she can use it very well. It's better for her on the beam because it seems much wider when she's so small. A superb routine so far.
John Atkinson, the British Amateur Gymnastics Association technical director, has just come back after 4 weeks in Russia, and he says the strength of Russian women's gymnastics at the moment even more frightening. Incredible. And this little girl, this is her first big competition in Western Europe, and she'll be going forward into the Junior European Championships, and at the moment she's well on for a medal in those two. That's a beautiful exercise from her. No mistakes there, not a chink in her armor that her opponents can exploit.
And Gudenko has done a fantastic beam routine, and there's the dismount, a double back, and 9.6. That establishes her lead. Salilana down in 6th place now, but a good mount there, front somersault. She has to watch her mounts and dismounts. It was the asymmetric bar dismount that cost her her placing. She was in joint first place.
Interesting to hear her coach John Reeves talking, Monica. She's just come back from 4 weeks training in Russia, and the one thing the Russians are usually great disciplinarians on is weight, and he's a bit annoyed she's come back a few pounds overweight.
Must have been eating too much bread and not enough meat. Sally finished 14th in the Moscow-Riga competition, the highest Western European. 2 change leg split leaps there. Not fulfilling the second quite as well as she should have done. British girls always too slow on this piece of apparatus, lacking in interest and tempo. But a solid routine from Sally and no falls. Bulgaria's Diana Dudova lying in 3rd place at the moment, but she's seen Joyce Wilborn from America score 9.5 on floor, so she really has to pull all the stops out to stay in bronze medal position here. Double back straight with a pike in. Wild choices of music on the floor routines. The Eastern Europeans don't always get access to as much music as they'd like to.
Well, a double pike back to finish. Tumbles not in the same league as Joyce Wilborn's, but still a good, tidy exercise. No mistakes that should keep her up there.
Kristina Koteles from Hungary in 4th place. didn't have a big tumble. But there again, she was only in 4th place. It's early in the season, and if they're tired, they just don't push themselves and sustain an injury. And Tatiana Gudenko, the leader so far. She's gone from piece to piece, very quietly and calmly, producing absolute excellence. Performance, but this tumble is all important, and she got there double back pike. She needed 8.9 to take the gold, and I'm sure she's got that.
Yes, the moment she landed that first big tumble in her opening run, no doubt about it, going in with a 0.5 lead, she must take the gold.
And Gudenko was in the lead after every discipline, and just watch this opening tumble. Whip back, flick flack. Another flick-flack to build up the speed, and a double-back piked somersault. And she's won. She's got the gold. 9.6 for a score. Camelia Voiner in 2nd place. The gold medal position already been taken by Gudenko. But can Voiner hang on to it? She came here to win, and I'm sure she'll be disappointed if she doesn't go home with silver. Pull in, back out, she looks determined. Tumbles. Nice 2.5 pirouette. Oh dear, and she's lost the handstand there. That could cost her. She needs 9.4 to hang on to the silver medal, but that could have cost her it.
Tumbles landed, but that pirouette on hands, very important. And the winner of the 1986 Women's Craft Champion Roll, Tatiana Gudenko. 2nd place, Camelia Voiner. And 3rd place, Diana Dudeva.
Well, Hayley, you were right about little Tatiana Gudenko. There was no touching her after the first 3 pieces, was there?
Well, first of all, I'm glad you said her name, because I do have a problem pronouncing these Russian names. But, yeah, she was an excellent gymnast, very elegant on the beam, and also her tumbling routines on floor were superb. A complex routine, yeah.
How do they do it? How do they keep punching out these little gymnasts?
Well, I think they've got so many of them, they can just sort of, you know, whichever one they fancy, they'll send to that competition. I heard that the Moscow News, which Sally's just recently come back from, they produced even more good gymnasts. So there's still more to come, I think, yeah.
It's a shame about Sally coming 6th, wasn't it?
She didn't do too badly. I mean, it's a very top-class competition. I think perhaps she feels she could do better, especially on bars. And I know beam's not her favourite piece, but she managed to stick on it, so, you know, she did well.
So your first time as a spectator at Wembley, what's the verdict?
Well, it was a really great afternoon of gymnastics. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I'm sure everybody else here did too.
And that draws this gymnastics tournament to a close. But before we say goodbye, let me just remind you of the next date for your diary. The Thames Television Junior Gymnast of the Year competition will be taking place here at Wembley Arena on May the 3rd. 16 finalists out of a total entry of well over 75,000 will be battling it out on that day. And the two winners, one boy and one girl, will be guaranteed a superb training trip to the USSR. It's sparked off quite a few good futures, and it's well worth coming to see. In the meantime, from Monica Phelps, from John Taylor, from me and the rest of the production team, thank you for watching this afternoon. We hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.